Hey guys, it's Jason. Today, instead of juggling random things from you or doing things from my show, I thought it'd be fun to do a craft project. I'm outside here in the front yard, and I want to teach you all how to make your own juggling balls. So I thought this would be a fun thing to make here live on Facebook, but also something that I'll share and put on my YouTube channel if you guys want to try this later at home. But to make juggling balls, it's actually pretty simple, and there's some ways you can do it really quick. It can be fun, you can be creative, decorate them, and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm going to angle the camera down here at my table and show you real quick how I'm going to be doing this. Oh, we got a couple people watching already. Emily Woodworth, of course, yes. Nice. So yeah, this is a little bit different. We're going to teach you how to make some juggling balls. So when you make juggling balls, there's two main parts to a juggling ball. You have the thing you're going to put on the outside. I call it the shell, okay? And you could definitely use something like a tennis ball. Some people try to juggle tennis balls. They're really bad to juggle. They'll bounce off your hands. Baseballs don't work well. A lot of people do use lacrosse balls. Lacrosse balls are pretty cool. But I think a tennis ball, or I think even better, is actually a balloon. And you'll need a few balloons to do this. But let me first show you how to do it with a tennis ball. So you get a tennis ball, and you'll want to get a sharp knife, right? Something like this. So if, obviously use your discretion. You don't want to hurt yourself. And you want to cut a nice deep slit in it. I've already done it on this one. You can see basically it's like a Pac-Man guy, like, "Whoa, hello, don't make me into a juggling ball." Oh, that joke lost 2 people that were watching. So you get it so it's open like this, and then use the second part, which is the fill. So a fill for something like this could be just like the balloons, and I have a few different examples. So depending on what you guys have, I know we're all kind of stuck at home and trying not to go out and shop a lot. So I'll show you a few ideas. Some people use flour. Flour's okay. It could leak out of a tennis ball, so I'm not sure about flour for the tennis ball. A lot of people use pennies. Pennies work actually really well because they have a good weight to them. And I would say like 30 to 40 pennies. The main thing you want to do is make sure they're all the same. All right. If you're going to use 30 pennies in one, you don't want to use 50 in the other ball. Other things that work great, some lentils are awesome. Bird seed, which I don't have here today. You can use popcorn kernels. These actually are really good. They have a good weight. You can use rice. I really like rice, actually. I think it works really well. Oh, yes. And you can use peanut butter. Don't actually use peanut butter. That'd be terrible. Oh, also, another idea for a shell that some people have used before is actually just a sock. And you just fill it up with whatever material you want. You kind of tie it off or put a rubber band or something that's going to secure it really well. That's the part I'm not sure of the best way to secure that. Maybe if you have an idea of how you would do that besides sewing, which who knows how to sew anymore. But yeah, using a sock and filling it with one of the fillers is also really good. So I'm going to use the pennies. You can just try to dump them in there. That does work. Another thing I recommend is just getting a pair of scissors, an old water bottle, and just chopping the top off. And this will work really well, because then you can easily squeeze this, put that in there, and fill it up. Oh, I'm glad that pennies actually fit through that. I didn't test that ahead of time. But yeah, that was real quick. So now that you got them in here, obviously you don't want the pennies to spill out. So just grab some electrical tape or duct tape, go around it this way, and then also go around it the opposite way, perpendicular at a 90 degrees, which that's exactly 90 degrees right there. Basically, that right there is a fairly decent juggling ball. It's really hard for me to look at the camera and my hands without cutting myself, so I'm glad I didn't. So that's okay, right? It's not great, but it will definitely work. The thing I suggest, if you get this far, you should go the extra mile, get a couple balloons and do this. All right, so take a balloon and then just cut the end part of the nozzle right off. Jeez, I gotta look at what I'm doing. All right, I got it. All right, and once you cut it off, and I'm not sure if I cut the right amount, but then you stretch it over the ball and you do that. All right, and obviously I could have cut a little bit more, so we can just stretch it. I have to do it off camera. All right, so I kind of stretched it. I was holding it between my legs, that's why. And then you can even take another balloon, do the same thing the other way, right? And that's really good. The good thing about the ball is it really keeps it sealed. Also, it gives you a good rubber grip. This is actually a really decent ball. And the weight of it, and the way it has that weight that can kind of shift around, it's actually a lot like what they call a Russian juggling ball. And oh, that reminds me, another thing you can use for an outside, instead of one of these balls, you can use a racket ball. You could also use those ball pit balls. Those work really, really well. That's basically what a Russian juggling ball is. It's kind of like a ball pit plastic ball with a little bit of weight in the bottom, sand or something like that. A lot of the juggling balls I have actually filled some of them with sand to be extra heavy for certain things. And a lot of them just come with plastic beads, or bird seed is a super common thing to use. But once you get this far, cover it the other way. You can also do really fun things where you take a balloon and before you stretch it, you just cut like little chunks out of it and then stretch it over it. And it has this really cool circle cutouts all around it. It makes it look really, really cool. You can also decorate it, say with a marker, draw faces on there, design it, do different colored tapes. You know, we have different colored tapes you can wrap it with and stuff. The main thing you want to do is if you get too crazy with adding more things, it's best to have them all about the same. But this is a really decent, really good juggling ball. Really, really good. Like some of the balls I use in my show cost $40 for a ball. You know, I made this with basically stuff around the house. The other kind of juggling ball that doesn't use like a racket ball or something like that, just uses balloons, is pretty fun to make. I think it's actually a little bit more fun. So first you start with something like this, a water bottle. I like the Gatorade bottle because the nozzle, this part's a little bit bigger, which will help here in a second. And then you fill it up with whatever your fill is. I'm going to use about a half cup. I think it's a good amount for these lentils and a lot of things. If you're going to use flour, this can also make a really good stress ball. My kids have been making stress balls. They make them at school. But this worked really, really well. So about a half cup, like that. And then I'm also going to use my bottle I had for a funnel. That's why I like the bigger one, so I can use that one as a funnel. Put it in there. And then this is the fun part. So you take a balloon, stretch it out, blow it up. That's good internet right there. Then you twist the balloon a few times, right, like this. So I'm holding the nozzle and twisting the balloon. That way I can grab this part like that. I'm going to stretch it over the top of this, like that, and tip it this way. And then I should be able to untwist the balloon. Make sure I'm going the right way. There we go. And then once you tip it, you can see I can just kind of pour them right in. So it's a really easy way to get stuff in the balloon instead of just trying to like dump it in there or anything like that. This way, blowing up the balloon, twisting it like I did, attaching it to a bottle, and then dumping it. Now I can just grab this. I can let out the air. Oh yeah. Took it down pretty low. And now it's great because I have this basically bag of stuff. Now you could just tie it off and juggle it like that. That wouldn't be the worst thing. But I like to do the double balloon method again. So this, you gotta be a little bit careful so you don't spill everything. And I'm really hoping I don't make a fool of myself and do that. But I'm gonna cut it. This is scary. Like that. All right. So now obviously that stuff can all come out. But I have a second balloon here. This one looks smaller. Hope I didn't. These are the only balloons I could find, so I really hope this works. We're gonna stretch it a lot. I'm going to cut off the nozzle again. Like that. Oh, now I can't get my fingers on there. All right, I got it. All right, and then you want to stretch it without tearing the balloon, hopefully. It's got like this, which I started to tear it. I can feel it already. Get in there. Get in there. All right. Did an okay job on that one. The thing that I think works better anyway is doing a couple wraps of balloons. As you can see, that's a little messy right there. I think partly because that first balloon was really, really big. But this is awesome. This works so well as a juggling wall. It's better than the ones like I sell after my shows, I think. The ones I sell after my shows are like decent, they're good to learn. But I feel like this, the weight of it, the squishiness of it, again, I would definitely put at least one more balloon this way. And then the fun thing, again, is you can decorate it, get some markers, color on them, do different things like that. If you do use flour, flour has that really cool squishy sensation where you can like play with it. It's a good stress ball. We could all use stress balls right now. But yeah, if you get a couple of these going, you can do some really cool juggling. And then in my next video, I think on Wednesday, my plan is to teach you guys how to actually juggle. All right, but before that, I'm going to make sure in the comments of this video, I'm going to post some resources, some videos, and some printed materials that you can use in the meantime if you want to do that. But I think next time I'm going to be teaching you how to juggle. So if you like the video, you want to say hi, I'll be chatting after this. Also, if you want to send me a tip, I'm on Venmo at JasonTardyPro. And also my tip jar, jasontardy.com/tip jar. All the information's there. I'll also post that in the comments. But thanks you guys for sticking around. I can't believe you guys actually watched me do this, but it's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna learn how to juggle, learn something useless like juggling, and the world will be a better place. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.